to harmlessly throw him into the audience there. Alright, buddy, please don't bite my hand. This isn't supposed to happen. Okay.
Oh shoot.
It's really fun because this guy's bite is not the most pleasant feeling, I've been told. Okay. Because these guys are so good at climbing, they can be a little tricky to put away. So we're going to see how this goes, and not again. Okay. These guys do belong to the first of the 3 types of venomous snakes, the rear fang snakes. The other 2 groups are going to have those more typical fangs found in the front of the mouth. This is going about as well as I expected it to. Alright, now we're going to move on to the second group of venomous snakes, which is a group I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, and these are the vipers of the world. This snake right here is a cottonmouth, also known as water moccasins, and they are going to be found in the southeastern part of the United States. Now, like all vipers, cottonmouths are known for having these super long fangs. The teeth on this snake are so long that if they were to keep them fixed permanently in place, their teeth would go straight to the bottom of the snake's mouth.
Kumusta, madam?
To avoid this, what these snakes are going to do is when they aren't using those teeth, they are just going to fold them towards the rear of their mouth. Oh, thanks for showing them to us. And another, also like all vipers, cottonmouths are capable of opening their mouth to just about 180 degrees, so that those fangs of theirs are basically extending directly in front of them. Vipers really don't have to
ano to, snake show, Reptile Gardens.
while they're doing that, they're barely going to come into
Gumala kami mga estudyante.
that prey animal as the snake injects the venom.
Andun yung dalawa.
And then these snakes just need to sit back and wait for that prey to succumb to the venom. This is why vipers do have the most efficient venom system that does offer the minimum amount of risk to that snake. One of the most common questions we get asked out here is, for the safety of our handlers, do we defang any of our snakes or milk them of their venom?
Romel Damocles, shout out
All the
sa'yo.
snakes that we have out here still have all their teeth and all their venom, and because of this, we do
Oh,
keep
bakit
quite
na
a
time
lot of
out?
anti-venom on ground. One of the best perks
Ano nangyari?
here at the Reptile Gardens is that we do buy the single highest quality anti-venom on the market. And it's such high quality that the company that makes it even assures us it's 100% effective. They're so sure that it will work every time, they even have a special guarantee in place. How this guarantee works is that if this snake here were to bite me, and I were to go to the hospital, get that anti-venom administered, and I were to still die from that snake bite, the company would replace the anti-venom free of charge. Another question we do get asked a lot out here is, what is the world's my job. What we get asked a lot out here is, what is the world's deadliest snake? And that's kind of a tricky question to answer, because you can define deadliest snake as the snake with the most toxic venom, or the snake that kills the most people a year. And those are 2 very different snakes. From all the research that has been done on snake venoms, it does appear that the inland taipan has the most toxic venom system of any snake. They're going to be found in a very remote part of Central
Backstage
Australia.
kami.
They're rarely going to come into
Puno
contact
na ako sa
with
loob eh.
In fact, there is only 1 human fatality from an inland taipan on record. But if you were to define the world's deadliest snake as the snake that bites and kills the most people a year, well, it's a lot more fun to show you that one. By this definition of the world's deadliest snake, the deadliest snake in the world is going to be the most common snake in the most densely populated part of the world. Most people are going to go barefoot. You're gonna wear short pants, and medical attention is not readily available. This is a snake I'm sure you guys have all heard of before.
Cobra.
It is the Asiatic cobra.
Oh.
Or, more specifically, the monocled cobra.
Oh wow.
Cobras belong to the third and final type of venomous snakes. Those being the elapids, and those include cobras, coral snakes, mounds, and tigers.
There's a
As you can
cobra
see
in
right
there.
there, the most familiar characteristic of a cobra is probably that hood of theirs. They do form this hood by erecting elongated ribs in the snake's neck region. The snake assumes that hooded up position only when he feels threatened, and it is his way to make himself look much larger and much more intimidating. Personally, I do think it is very effective. But when he's resting like he is right now, that hood is going to look flat, and he doesn't look very interesting. As he was very kind to demonstrate a moment ago, cobras have a fairly unique strike because their strike is a forward and downward motion, and it's relatively slow. Hypothetically, an alert person could put their hand within striking range, allow that snake to strike, and then easily pull their hand back before they get bitten. To help me demonstrate this, can I get a volunteer from the audience?
Here.
Just kidding.
You're like here. Over here.
Yeah, you guys are not.
Bill Goody, you raise your hands.
Well, a lot of people are going to think
No, raise your hands. You're gonna be volunteer.
He's playing his flute for a snake, which seems to sway back and forth to the rhythm of the music. There's only one problem with this whole thing, and that is that like all snakes, cobras don't have external ears like we do. They really can't hear the music that's being played. So what's really going on is that the snake is just going to follow the motion of the snake charmer, who's also swaying back and forth. It really isn't listening to music or being charmed. A lot of you guys are probably thinking right now, Hunter, why is this the only snake that's in his own box, not out here with me? There's a couple of reasons for that. The first being that this is the snake that does kill the most people a year. People have been known to die from their bites in as little as 15
Shout out to a million people watching.
The other reason is
Maris
they don't
Santo
hate
Domingo,
them.
shout out to you. Ano daw, deadless snake?
Let's see if I can-
Yung deadless snake, madam, yung nakakapagparami. Yun yung deadless snake, Madam Mereros.
The reason that we do put this shirt over the top is that it does create a nice dark environment. Snakes really like that. It does help them relax. You can see just how angry this guy is at me for existing. But ideally what this does do is it does help him calm down a little bit. Another question we do get asked a lot out here is, how do you tell the difference between a venomous and a non-venomous snake? Lots of myths out there on this one. I'm sure you've all heard tons of them. Myths that'll say you can tell if a snake is venomous or not by looking at things like the color of the snake, the pattern on that snake, the shape of the head, the shape of the pupils, different stuff like that. The only problem is there's just too many exceptions to all of those rules to make any of them universally valid. In reality, there are only two surefire ways to tell the difference between a venomous and a non-venomous snake without knowing the identity of that snake. The first way is if you were to see that snake, catch it, open up its mouth, and then look around in there for the venom glands. Or the other way is if you let the snake bite you and then see how you'll feel in about 5 minutes. We don't recommend either of those methods here. What we do recommend though is that you find out what types of venomous snakes live in the area you do or plan to visit. Here in South Dakota, we do only have one seriously venomous snake. And that, of course,
Rattlesnake.
is the prairie rattlesnake.
Ooh.
These snakes are very common here in South Dakota, but also very secretive. And a lot of people are going to spend their entire lives in this state and never run into them. Which is why I feel like it's best to let you all see one here. Rattlesnakes are vipers, just like that cottonmouth was. As you can see, this guy is very friendly to me. He's even wagging his tail. That tail does make it pretty easy to tell rattlesnakes apart from other snakes. Growing up in this area, I was told this urban legend all the time as a kid, that if you want to know the age of a rattlesnake, all you need to do is count the number of segments on that tail. Where this myth comes from is that every time the snake sheds its skin, it is going to get a new segment on its tail, They're going to do this anywhere from 1 to 6, maybe as many as 10 times per year. And those segments are pretty fragile. They do break off from time to time. So there really isn't a way to accurately tell the age of a rattlesnake. Another thing I remember hearing all the time as a kid is that rattlesnakes always have to rattle before they strike. Has anyone here heard that before? Yep, it's a super common myth, and that's what it is. It's just a myth. It does come from the fact that a lot of the time rattlesnakes are going to rattle before they strike, but they don't have to. In fact, it's not uncommon for a rattlesnake to strike before they rattle. In fact, this morning when I was bringing this guy out, the moment I lifted the lid off his transportation bucket, he struck at me long before he gave me any sort of warning. So there's no truth to that myth at all. And besides,
Buti din
I
na
don't
tuklaw
know
yan.
any other animal out there that needs
May
to
stick na hawak, madam.
bite someone. Does anyone know what to do if you're walking along and you hear that sound? Run away. Run away is by far the most common response. One time I did have a little boy in the front row shoot his hand up and say, "Stop, drop, and roll." I do think that is the right thing to do if both you and the snake are on fire. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend it. Most people's first response is just to get away from the snake as fast as humanly possible. There is only one problem with running though, and that is that if you don't see that snake, you could run right into him. You wouldn't like that. So the best move if you hear a rattlesnake is just to not move. Movement does attract the snake's attention because movement can be threatening. The absolute best thing that you can do is just to freeze, locate that snake, and then slowly move in the opposite direction. Some people might feel comfortable being a few feet away from the snake like I am now. Others might prefer a few miles. But say you do want to catch or even kill that snake, well, go ahead, but you can't blame the snake for what happens next. More people are bitten each year trying to catch and kill these animals than by simply leaving them alone. Oddly enough, it does seem that the majority of people bitten by rattlesnakes are men between the ages of 18 and 26. And a lot of the time, alcohol is involved. So the moral of this story is, if you guys do ever happen to find a drunk rattlesnake, make sure you leave it alone. Alright, and on that note, we are going to be ending the snake show. But afterwards, I am going to run in the back. I'm going to grab a different Burmese python. And anyone who wants to pet a snake is more than welcome to come up and do that. I'm also going to be up here to answer any questions you might have. Make sure you guys do get a chance to check out the alligator show. Other than that, thank you guys very much. You guys have been great.
Hello.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Nasa Reptile kami. Dami kami eh. Daming stop sa listahan eh. Saglit lang. Tapos na yung show. Okay. Let's go. Belgodi, we can go this way. Belgodi, we go this way. At tapos ng show.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Did you watch this? It's a prairie dog.
Don't hit the dogs.
Dogs, yeah. It's a prairie dog.
They're new one.
Prairie dogs. Oh, look. People right there. They are eating. Eating grass. There's a giant turtle in that side too.
Altogether.
Yeah. Where are they? Giant turtle. You see a turtle? There's a giant turtle in that side too. Where is the big one? Oh, sorry. Tortugas. Ooh, what is that?
When do we get the zip line?
We're gonna get out here and then go to the other side. Where'd it go? Naiiwan yata yung tatlo. Oh, excuse me. Belgoody. We go there. We are there. Everybody's out there. The name of that one is right there. Prairie Dog.
Very tough.
So where are we going?
YouTube video.
YouTube. See, shout out.
Hi. Oh, live.
Yeah, live. Where are you from?
Mongolia.
Mongolia. Where are we at? There's more right there.
Rushmore. Yeah.
So first day here, you go travel right away. First day here,
First day,
second day,
three.
three-
Third day, yeah,
third day.
Yeah.
And you're already roaming around. No work. Init. Shout out 3 million people.
Where's the turtle?
Huge one. A big one. See? Where's Bill Goody? That's a huge one. Where'd he go? Got it.
Thank you.
Welcome. Oh, they're right there. I don't know why they didn't go here. Turtle. There's a small one. There's a big one right there. That's a big one right there. Marami din bang hayop dyan? Oo, madam. May turtle din dito. Maliit. Pero yung malakihan, look. Napakalaki sila. Malaki pa sa tao to. Look. Oh, wow. Big one. You can touch too. They're eating.
Touching only cat or dogs.
Oh. That's a big. Laki ng turtle, no? Ayan. May mga tao nandyan.
Sorry.
They're good. They're eating. Here's one. There's more. Oh yeah, there are the kids right here too. It's a big one right here too. Big one. There's more right here too. Oh wow. There's more. 2 million people, mega love shout out. Yung pinakamalaki dito nasa YouTube channel ko rin yun eh. Ano yan, 107 years. Yung pinakamalaki. Laki oh. Lipat ako live sa FB.